Hello all, this is Shakti on week 17 of my Florida School of Massage experience. This video is a little late. I have been moving through a lot this past week. Just couldn't find the right time to film. So at this point in this video, we are officially in neuromuscular therapy, NMT therapy, also known as trigger point therapy. And at this point in the program, our work, I experience, my peers' work, and my work is starting to look quite different. I'm experiencing learning new ways of being at ease in my body when I'm working, new ways of using my tools in a more comfortable way so I don't feel like I'm exerting a lot of effort to help create a session for my clients, which has been really empowering for me. Just really bringing in the message that ease in my body creates ease in another's body. And since ease is sort of the general intention when I'm giving a massage or holding that space for someone, then it would make sense that the ease in my body, if that transfers into the ease in another's body, then that's exactly where we need to be. Both of us very comfortable, very easy experience. So I've been exploring that, and in my clinics, in my private sessions, and just seeing how to make this work even more transformative with more ease and more comfort. I love NMT. I love trigger point therapy. I think it's combined with everything else that we've learned, it's absolutely phenomenal how effective it can be at reducing chronic patterns and chronic pain. The whole premise behind the trigger point therapy is that when we come to these points in our bodies, these spots that you might identify when someone puts their finger on it and you're like, oh, right there, that spot. When we make contact with that spot and just hold it and allow ourselves to breathe through it, we completely rewire our nervous system such that that pain or that spot that is chronically tense or tight comes back into relationship with the rest of our nervous system. So instead of it just being this pain that's kind of hanging out and not really changing in how we experience it, it suddenly becomes integrated into our system again through the touch, through the specific contact. And at that point, it allows our body to work through it instead of just keeping it stuck. And so that for me has been powerful to experience receiving the work and also treating with the work, because I've seen in my own body how I've released so many patterns of pain that I had just from someone applying pressure to these specific points and letting me breathe into them and just being with that sensation that I'm feeling as your fingers on it, and just being with that and just breathing through it and feeling the sensation change after like 4 to 6 breaths, and then being able to move on and knowing that whatever was there is now reconnected to me and released. And this modality is very profound for me because for me it extends, as always, it extends far beyond the classroom or far beyond my treatment sessions when I'm giving someone a bodywork session. To me, that practice of making contact with those points that are painful, that we experience as painful, really could just be a sensation. Making contact with those points and then holding the contact and breathing through it and being with it for an extended number of breaths, and then experiencing the sensation change and then allowing ourselves to integrate. For me, that's a metaphor for my life. It's not just about these points in my body that are sore that feel really nice when someone presses on them, but it's really about my life. And I've been seeing how when I make contact with something in my life that's really uncomfortable or I experience as painful, it's really just a sensation, but I experience it as painful or challenging, can I really be with that sensation and breathe through that sensation and allow myself to have the experience of witnessing the sensation change? To stay in relationship with that sensation long enough to witness it change, and then when it changes, to just let it go and allow it to integrate into my whole being. That is what's so profound for me about this therapy, is that it's not it's applicable on so many levels of my existence. And I feel that in treating with trigger point therapy, I am becoming much more patient with myself. As I sort of guide people through this process of exploring their body through my touch, I am also becoming more patient with my own processes and my own contact. You know, every time I feel like I stumble upon something that I'm like, wow, that's really challenging, I am now in this place where I immediately choose, okay, I'm going to be with that. I'm going to be with that challenge. I'm going to breathe through that challenge, and I'm going to experience that sensation change. And I'm going to be with it until it changes. And that has been really powerful for me. It's been really, that's where I've been in the past couple of days, just in and out of this space of looking at how I experience sensations in my life. And do I experience them as painful, or do I see them as sensations? And do I try to be with them, or do I try to run from them? Do I try to see them for what they are, or do I try to change them? Yeah, that's really been where I am, and I think it's really appropriate that we're in the part of the program where that's the modality that we're learning. We're learning about how to hold these points and how to be with them, how to move through them. Yeah, so that's been my past week. I've had some really amazingly positive experiences in clinic, which I've had very many positive experiences throughout my entire clinic experience, but these last 2 sessions that I had were really powerful for me, and I received a lot of positive, affirmative feedback, which is really helping me to identify myself more as a therapist. And I feel like I'm really getting to know myself as a therapist. I'm really getting to see my development and understand when I walk into a therapeutic setting, what do I bring to that setting? You know, what is my presence? What is that thing that I bring with me that other people make contact with even before they make contact with my skin or my hands? And that is further solidifying for me, and I'm really grateful for that. As far as the teachers in the NMT modality, I absolutely love them. It is so rich and wonderful for me to work with all the people who have been instructors of mine this whole program, and getting to know them as people has been just one of the richest experiences I've had. But this particular team consists of people that I consider masters at their craft, and I love watching them work. I love watching them watch me work and give me feedback and point out the things they feel like I'm doing really well and help me do things even better. And I'm just really loving that connection and that bond that I have with these particular instructors, and the way that they're helping me discover myself as a therapist and redefine my gifts, my already present gifts. I'm really loving that experience. Yeah, so that's the space that I'm in. I'm in this right now. I'm occupying a space of a lot of self-exploration and expansion. I'm not feeling particularly talkative about specifics. I'm feeling just very expansive, and I think by default a bit abstract, because my expansion it's kind of formless in essence, and so I don't really have words to describe the kind of expansion that I'm experiencing. So I'll leave my video at that. It is week 17. It's May. I'm graduating in July, and I can hardly believe it. It's been such an amazing experience, and I know that it's only going to get more amazing before it's through. And I'm feeling really, really blessed to have made contact with that community, that family, and to be part of that family feels like such a great blessing. I'm so glad that I called that into my life, and I'm so glad that I rose up to the challenge of going through this program and expanding myself. That's all I have to share for this week. So if you're watching, thank you so much for watching and for keeping up with these videos. And once again, may this bring you greater insight and awareness into your life. And any questions, comments, or feedback are always appreciated. Have a blessed day.